one of the dark side of spirituality is sleep paralysis, and I know a lot of you out there experience that. And I hope that I'm able to, give you a better understanding of what's going on, and you probably can relate to some of the things that I've just said. This is just to give you some of a list of some of the things that could cause it. Well, actually, I don't know. I can't say I know what causes it. I can just give you more of an idea of how and when it happens. Now, as to why, there could be a number of things. It could depend on who you are spiritually. Who are you? Where are you from? What makes you so important that they want to get a hold of you? Oh, and one more thing that I forgot to mention that happened as well. Another thing that I noticed was with that's being in that state of sleep paralysis, I'd always feel like I'm being pulled down, like I'm sinking, like I'm falling or being pulled into a dark void. And instinctively, I knew I don't want to be drawn down to wherever it is that's got a hold of me, is trying to draw me down to. So I'd always get this sinking feeling as well. That's one of the things that I also took notice of. So there was a period of when it happened, what happened during the process, and one of them, along with feeling things and hearing things and seeing things, when I sent a mental command to tell my eyes to open, I would sometimes see what's in the room, and some of it would freak me out. Like every time I saw something, it wasn't normal. It wasn't somebody normal. It wasn't something normal. It was something sometimes it'd be something out of a fantasy, sci-fi, horror movie. It depends, they varied. But whatever it was very unsettling. And there was always that sinking feeling like I've been pulled down. And if I didn't stop myself being pulled down, I felt that I wouldn't be able to get back up. Along with, trying to maintain balance with whether I use scientific reasoning or logic or conclusions or religious conclusions, praying can help too. Praying didn't work for me. Some might say to me, oh, your faith wasn't strong enough or whatever. That might be true. But praying didn't work for me. And at the time, when it happened for me as a child, I did the Our Father prayer. That didn't work for me. I'd call, when I practiced Christianity, when I was young, I called upon Jesus, I called on God. That didn't work for me either. And another thing I noticed was, the period of when it would happen as well. So there would be, let's say here on Earth, let's say call Earth realm, and when we dream, let's call that the dream realm. So Earth realm, dream realm. There's that in-between space between both realms. When I'm traveling from Earth realm to dream realm, in that void, I guess, let's call that space a void. In the void was where I discovered that I was vulnerable. And that's when they would grab a hold of me. So when I'm traveling to the dream realm, when I'm just about to get into a deep sleep, but I'm still kind of semi-conscious, and if I try to wake up before I go into the dream realm or go into that deep sleep, they'd grab a hold of me. Or when I'm leaving the dream realm, making my way back to reality, the Earth realm, just before I wake up, that's when it would happen. It wouldn't happen when I'm in the dream realm. And it obviously doesn't happen when you're fully awake. It's that in-between stage. I don't know what they call that with people who study sleep and stuff like that. They call it REM state or something, I don't know. But that in-between, that's when I noticed as well that it would happen. So I made a note of all different ways of how and when it would happen. And I would pretty much be prepared. For me, it happened so much that I pretty much got used to it. like I said, it was happening to me from the age of 9 consistently, almost every other night, many times throughout the week. So going through this for so many years, I wasn't scared anymore, because as far as I'm concerned, I kind of experienced everything that could possibly scare me, from hearing things, seeing things, feeling things. So I heard, felt, and saw all manner of things. I'm not going to go into too much detail of what I saw. You heard me mention that that is something I dealt with from what I recall from early, I can remember, 9 years old, well up into my adulthood. And I've mentioned that it doesn't happen anymore for the most part. I managed to get control of it or stop it from happening pretty much altogether well into probably like 38, 39. So that's a long time to be dealing with something. But that's when I was able to get control of it. And you ask, how? For me, it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe an epiphany or something. But I came to realization and understood who I was. That was the key for me. Acknowledging who I was and understanding who I am. I'm like, okay, I know who I am. I know what I am. I get it why you're coming after me. Now that I know who I am, you can't touch me anymore. It was that type of thinking that basically stopped, because I remember when I came to that, it stopped. It stopped happening. And at first I was like, hold on, it's been almost a month. Remember, this happened to me on a weekly basis. It's been a month and nothing has happened. So I analyzed, what did I do different? And I said, oh, it was me coming to realization of who I am. Me understanding and me looking into who I am, what could I possibly be, what could make me so important to whatever it is that they wanted to get a hold of me or get me out of the way or whatever. So that's what changed, and that's what made it stop altogether, where I went through years and it never happened again. And I was like, okay, cool. Now, when I say for the most part, is that once in a blue moon, it might happen. And when it did happen, remember I said, I'm gonna say it again, with every level comes a new devil. Man, that saying is so true for me, especially in my spiritual journey. When it happened again, like I said, it would happen. When it did happen, it would happen like with gaps, years, and it happened, and it was like a ton of bricks. Or like, worse than a ton of bricks. It felt like a mountain had descended upon me. It's like it feels like they sent someone, they sent the big guns in. They're like, okay, oh, you think you know who you are? Oh, you think you that dude? Okay, I got you. And whatever it is they've sent over the last so many years with those gaps, it's been strong, powerful, and heavy, to the point where it shocked me, like, whoa, this isn't how it happened, how it used to happen. This is different. It's like I could feel like the heaviness of the spiritual pressure pressing on my entire being. Wasn't a pleasant feeling. But me also acknowledging who I am and the type of person that I am, I was like, okay, I will meet your challenge, and the tug of war begins. And I would break through. And for my wife, it is a little disturbing, because she would see me. She said one time it looked like I was having a seizure. And I goes to her, no, I was conscious. I could hear you calling me, but I couldn't answer. I was trying to break free from whatever got a hold of me. So after I broke free and, feel that relief of like, okay, I'm free, I would explain to her, what happened, everything. And, I goes through, they something a lot stronger and powerful tried to test me. And for the most part, I guess I won because I broke free. So yeah, sleep paralysis is no joke. For those of us who are spiritual, it is not all in our head, it's not in our imagination. We go through what we go through. I'm the type of person I have the type of thinking that science and spirituality go hand in hand. I like to combine the two. I like to look at things scientifically as well as spiritually. And I like to combine the two, because I like to implement balance. For me, in spirituality, balance is the key. I try to balance everything that I do. So there's balance in science for me and spirituality. There's balance in religion for me and spirituality. Balance is the key. So what I will say is, whatever remedy works for you, use it. If prayer works for you, use it. If logic, science works for you, use it. For me, it was logic. For me, it was analyzing what was going on and trying to figure out what worked, what wouldn't work. For me, it was thinking. I had to, go into this think tank type of state of mind and really analyze everything that happened to then have the idea, okay, let me try this, let me try that. Because it happened so frequently, I had the time to just try different things and be like, oh, that didn't work, let me try this. That worked, I'm gonna keep that and keep using that, and so on and so on and so forth. And when something didn't work so much, or when I realized that, this is getting harder and harder as I progress, I had to adapt and change and do different things to beat these challenges that I would get every so often. So stay blessed, stay on your path, don't give up. Perseverance is the key, determination is the key. And by all means, congregate with people who are like-minded like you, because it's good for us to share, because there's no mystical schools anymore. They don't exist. So we just have to network and, take advice and knowledge from wherever we can get it. And hopefully the knowledge and advice that we get from people is of benefit and help to you. Stay blessed.